Yeah. You know what comes to man's life? We ready to settle down and make things right. But only for that special one. Trying to make her you. So I want to keep playing games with these lanes. So make your next move your best move. Be the best of this. Oh yeah, don't feel less bad. I can love you better than you can imagine. Take you from madness. Girl, I don't these lanes out. You all enough. Don't you feel bad? Invite you to my room, so you might get the steam it up like the sauna, take you on the natural high, no marijuana. Some ice chill prosecco. You come to make you white because you special. You got the best go. Design the fresco. Make your own dough. On your home yo vehicle, who's really thankful. That right. Queen, you know your angles. Red bottom heels, 5 diamond, they trusted bango. The same goes, top it land, they come to bankrolls. Creating generational wealth, so our fees grow. I know your needs though, and you know the same. It's an honor and a privilege to give you my last name. I can love better than you can imagine. Take it from that kiss. Girl, I love I'm trying to open your mind, keep the allegory. They say that love don't last, so let's change the story. I set my heart out to you, please come. Let's take control of our love. No morning, late night love sessions last until the early morning. Cooking breakfast, but naked eggs, bacon, fried potatoes, and onions. Girl, I love you. When my body be aching, you rub the pain out. Let the Duchess for me while I pour champagne out. My heart and my soul, plus my pain out. You got a real one, right? So leave the blame out. Please stop with the game. I didn't know we even in your. They always think stuff. You fuck with me. So don't settle, don't settle. Yeah. What up? Y'all already know, man. It's man about town, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the facts. And y'all know y'all are tuned in to another episode of 8 Real Talk Podcast. Lance Parker, what it do, man? What my brother say? Off topic, polarizing, controversial, far-right evangelist Pat Robertson transitioned today. I know, I heard about that. I heard about that, man. Rest in the essence of old Pat Robertson, man. The 700 Club, huh? Mm. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, it's always gonna be somebody's time to go. You know. Unfortunately, Pat Robertson and got on up out of here, man. You know, rest in the essence to him. You know what I'm talking about? I remember back in the day when the 700 Club used to come on. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that 700 Club used to come on, man. You know what I mean? See, you gotta be a kid from the you gotta be a child of the 80s and the 90s to know anything about old Pat Robertson, man. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta be a child of the 90s, man. You understand what I'm saying, man? You gotta be a child of the 90s to know anything about old Pat Rob, man. You feel me? But you know, that ain't off. I mean, this, it's all good though. You hear? What's good with everybody though? How y'all feeling tonight? What it do, man? What it is? You already know what it is, man. We tapped in and we tuned in. You know, I apologize for the mild tardiness. But you know, we here right now. Tonight, last night's show was litty, as my man Glitch would say. Last night's show was litty. You hear me? We was litty in the city. You dig? We was litty in the city. You understand what I'm saying, man? We definitely was litty in the city. I hope y'all a little bit more clear on what the singularity actually is. You know, I know I'll be having some very polarizing. You feel me? I had to take that from you real quick, LP, man. I know I'll be having some very polarizing topics of the show. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I like to actually make the unintelligent artificial intelligence think. You know what I'm saying? I like to challenge the unintelligent artificial intelligence. You feel me? And we're going to do that by switching up these topics and talking about very, very controversial things and sometimes not so controversial things. You feel me? You know, I know some because I get emails, right? And I know some of y'all be wondering, like, you know, I'll have a very serious topic like last night, and then we'll be talking about something like this today on Ladies' Night. We got to make the algorithms do their job, man. We got to make them think. You know what I'm saying? We got to make the unintelligent artificial intelligence actually use its fake ass digital brain. You feel me? We got to switch it up, confuse it. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, if we want to see a different thing on the internet, we got to give it something different to look at. We got to give it something different to mimic, duplicate, copy, imitate, and manufacture. Right? Who agree with me on that? Right? We gotta switch it up every now and again, man. You know what I mean? Tap in and walk with us. We here. It's almost Friday. It's Friday Eve. You understand what I'm saying? So we here, man. You know what I mean? We here, man. Please believe it. Please believe it. All right? Please believe it. We here. All right? It's an honor and a pleasure to have y'all in attendance tonight. Anybody who's in attendance, you know what I'm saying? I got some interesting guests coming up on the show here, coming up shortly. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to holler at the homie Ray tomorrow, you know, because he's just started a new job. So, you know, we gotta be mindful of people's, you know what I'm saying, schedules. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be mindful that we ain't all rich balling. Some of us still have to go to work. Hell, I gotta go to work as soon as we get done with the show tonight. What y'all know about that? You hear me? You did. So we ain't tripping off of that, my brother Ray. If you happen to be tapping in and listening, We ain't tripping. We're going to get it together, man. We're going to figure it out one way or the other. Yeah. Now, tonight's show, how y'all like last night's show? Right? How do y'all like, or how did y'all like, if you liked, last night's show? Right? Last night's show was fire, man. I got a lot of emails behind that, man. Yeah. I got a lot of emails behind last night's show. It'd be a lot of people tapping in from the clit owls, you know what I'm talking about? Excuse me. Y'all remember my brother Servell from Wiggles Juice, Draped Imperial Grapes? My brother who had the Columbus, Ohio-based winery. He gonna be coming back on the show. He got a lot of new things going on, man. You feel me? He got a lot of new things going on. Things is a lot different from that last time and first time he was on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? He expanding, just like I knew he would. He grinding, he growing. Shout out to my brother Red, you hear me? And he making it happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about when you work third shift like me, man, you know what I'm saying? Your sleeping schedule be a little bit more off than most people. You know what I'm saying? I fell asleep. I ain't fall asleep. I went to sleep because, so I got to make sure I get my good rest in. You did. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Red Supreme T1. Shout out to my brother Mr. O, man. You know what I'm talking about? Next Monday show, you know what I'm saying? If you happen to be tapping in right now, man, I want you to come on, bro. Because, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? But I feel it's only right that my brother Mr. O come on the show on Monday if he's able to, if he tapping in. Because we got to talk about what's going on in Chicago, man. Especially being so close proximity to me out here in Ohio. You understand what I'm saying, man? Being so close proximity to me, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, and although we're not a sanctuary city, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that really has too much to do with it. You know what I'm talking about? But we got to talk about it, though, because this is a very serious situation, man. What's going on in Chicago, man. Now, mind y'all, we're going to get into this on Monday. You know what I'm saying? We got some very interesting shows coming up next week, and I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fire. As my man Glitch would say, my brother Glitch the Guarantee, it's gonna be litty. All right. But tonight, how many of y'all enjoyed last night's show, man? You know what I'm saying? The singularity is very real. It's something that I think, and I would strongly suggest that y'all inform yourselves on. Something that y'all educate yourselves on. And I definitely strongly suggest that y'all look into who Ray Kurzweil is. Right? You know, one of my main things over here at A Real Talk, y'all, is to put y'all up on game about the people whose names y'all never hear, but these the people who moving and shaking and making things happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's how certain things work. You know what I mean? Certain people's names is put out there in the lexicon, but then you got guys like, Ray Kurzweil, you know what I mean, whose names is known amongst those who know. But for the most part, nobody know who Ray Kurzweil is. You feel me? And I think that Mr. Kurzweil is a guy who needs to be known, right? He needs to be known who he is and what he stands for. You dig? Because he's part of this whole situation, what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so we're going to get to it tonight, right? My brother Red just had a fire-ass stream an hour ago. You feel me? You know, hope y'all tapped in and tuned in for that. You know what I'm saying? This thing is real, man. You know what I'm talking about? This thing is real, y'all. And I'm sitting here telling y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Immigration is not the issue. Illegal immigration is the issue, right? And we're going to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Nike Boy Zeke. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Nike Boy Zeke, man. But, you know, tonight we're going to get to it, man. You hear me? Tonight we're going to be discussing. You did. Right? Is it a man's role to make women happy? Right? Is it a man's job to make women happy, brothers? All my brethren who's tapping in, put a number 11 in the chat if you agree with that. Put a number 11 in the chat if you agree with that. Is it our job to make women happy? Put an 11 in the chat if you agree, and put a 12 in there if you say a big fat hell nah. Oh my God, man. You hear me? Is it one of our jobs? Is it one of our roles as being a man to make women happy? All right. My nigga Les Parker said, hell nah. Right? Well, let me tell y'all, and this is some game for y'all ladies, man. Now, I don't indulge in such behavior anymore because, you know, that's just my personal decision, you know, and it's been rough. But, you know, I will tell y'all this, ladies. This is a little bit of advice for y'all. If you want to be happy, if you want to be happy in a relationship, all right? And this is what I want to say from my relationship experience. Now, I'm not a relationship coach or none of that shit. And this ain't so much about relationships. But in a relationship, I understand that it's not nobody's job to make anybody's happy, but it is your duty to add on to your significant other's happiness, right? And this is one of the things, ladies, that y'all could definitely do to maintain some happiness in that relationship, not only for your man, but for yourself as well. Tap in.
He's my man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J. Crew returning a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls look like raisins. If he's at his aunt's funeral, he's getting 2 nuts. One at the open casket, one when they're lowering her into the grave. While he's nutting, I'm thinking about the next nut. I'm like a squirrel. I'm planting nuts all over this place. If he's at Target picking out curtains, I'm like, come on, babe, you're getting a nut. At the end of the day, I roll his up like a tube of toothpaste to make sure there's no nuts left. He's at our kid's parent-teacher conference, he's getting a nut. I'll make him nut while he's nutting. That's the secret. I make my man nut 27 times a day. I please my man in...
Huh? Hold on, let's run that back.
My man in every way. If he's at the dentist, I make him nut. If he's at J. Crew wearing a sweater, he's nutting. If he's trying on another sweater, he's getting a nut. If he exchanged that old sweater for the new sweater, he's nutting. It's like trail mix because his day mostly contains nuts and his balls look like raisins. If he's at his aunt's funeral, he's getting 2 nuts. One at the open casket, one when they're lowering her into the grave. While he's nutting, I'm thinking about the next nut. I'm like a squirrel. I'm planting nuts all over this place.
Dang.
If he's at Target picking out curtains, I'm like, come on, babe, you're getting a nut. At the end of the day, I roll his up like a tube of toothpaste to make sure there's no nuts left. He's at our kid's parent-teacher conference, he's getting a nut. I'll make him nut while he's nutting. That's the secret. I make my man nut 27 times a day. I please my man in every...
27 times a day? Damn.
Please my man...
Right? Huh? What y'all brothers think about that? What y'all ladies think about that, man? Hey, man, the Most High still working on me, man. Yeah. What y'all brothers think about that, man? What y'all think about that, man? Huh? Hold on real quick. What y'all think about that, man? Right? Liz Parker said, am I a clown? Am I here to entertain you? Are you not entertained? We taking it back to Monday show now, man. Huh? Are you not entertained? That girl said he's nutting while he's nutting. Damn, I ain't never had that before. I ain't never experienced that one before, man. I ain't never been nutting while I'm nutting. That's different right there. I ain't never even heard of that. And let me just say this real quick, not to, because I don't even mess with white girls. You hear me? Now, don't get me wrong, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all heard that before. Don't get me wrong. I smashed three white girls in my life. I've never been in a serious relationship with a white girl, or any other chick outside of a black chick, to be honest with you. Now, I done sit up here and smash white girls. I done smashed Latinas. I done smashed Asian chicks. I even smashed African chicks before, too. But I ain't never been in a relationship with them, but I'll sit up here and say that, you got white girls out here with that type of mentality. I see white brothers mess with white girls, man. If you're talking about a straight, but see, that's not always see, what old girl just was talking about was her making her man happy. It makes her happy that her man is happy. Right? Now, I'm not saying this because I just sat up there and told y'all, it is nobody's job. It's not my job to make you happy, and it ain't your job to make me happy. Vernon 85, what it do, man? You feel me? It is not none of our jobs to make you happy, right? But since we men, and I'm an advocate for men, we're going to be focusing on, is it our job to make women happy, right? You feel me? Not our job to make y'all happy, right? Listen to this guy.
A little dating and relationship advice, men and women. Gentlemen, if you meet a woman and you ask, hey, what happened in your last relationship? And she says, oh, I left because he didn't make me happy. This is a huge red flag. Understand one simple thing. It is not a man's job to make a woman happy. Happiness comes from within. Yes, it sounds like some sort of yoga poster, but the point is, it is true. It is not a man's responsibility to make a woman happy. If a woman is not happy, it doesn't matter what you do. You will never ever be able to make her happy. It's a simple equation. Find a woman that is already happy with herself, already happy with her life, and she wants to share that happiness with you. Any woman who comes to you broken, try not to look for someone that you have to fix. It's hard. It's difficult. A lot of women out there are broken. I hate to say it. Problem with that is they're looking for someone to come in to fix them. And if that is what you think you're going to do, it will always end in your pain. Here's a little.
Right. Y'all heard the homie, right? You feel me? Right. Tap in, walk with us, y'all. Peep this out.
Can't make a woman happy. It's impossible. I've never met a happy woman in my life. Women always complaining about something. Shit, women like to complain. Women save up shit to complain about. Oh, he don't even know I know. I'm gonna get his ass on that shit next month. They like fucking complaining. They love it. No matter what you do, your woman is mad at you. If you work all the time, well, you work all the time. You ain't never home. You always leaving me. I hate this shit. If you home all the time, why you all up under me? Let me get some fucking room to breathe. Damn, stop sweating me. I hate this shit. If you make more money than her, fuck you. I want to make decisions too. You ain't my fucking daddy. I don't need you to take care of me. You can't make them.
Huh? Let's go to this one right here.
This exact mindset right here is why the number of male virgins under 30 has more than tripled in just the past 10 years.
Hey.
Well, study after study shows that single women are happier, much happier than single men. And not surprisingly, it coincides with the rise of this alpha male red pill culture. So you can either live in reality or you can keep relying on this made up idea that women are so scared of being single that eventually they're going to lower their standards enough to save you from becoming this bitter, old alpha male virgin. This exact mindset right here is why the number of male virgins under 30 has more than tripled in just the past 10 years. And while study after study shows that single women are happier, much happier than single men. And not surprisingly, it coincides with the rise of this alpha male red pill culture. So you can either live in reality or you can keep relying on this made up idea that women are so scared of being single that eventually they're going to lower their standards enough to save you from becoming this bitter, old alpha male virgin.
See, dudes like that, when I hear them talk, man, I just be like, man, shut the fuck up. All right? Now, see, this is the thing that I like to say to y'all, or I like to say, right? For one, who is those statistics being done on, right? Like, what group of women are those being? Is that all women, white women, black women, Asian women? Is it young women, older women, right? And then the number two, I'm out here, right? He said, "Cuck alert." You hear me? That's why I played that. And not that it means anything, but, and I'm not even going to say who he is because it don't matter, right? But guys like that who really think like that, okay, my observable reality tells me something different, and the chicks that I actually talk to behind the scenes who be emailing me and consulting with me, I beg to differ on that. Single women are definitely not happy. I'm not saying all single women are not happy, but the overwhelmingly mass majority of single women are not happy. Trust me, I talk to enough women to know, white women, black women, Asian women, African women, European women, Latinas. Jonathan Coleman, what it do, man? I talk to a lot of broads, man. And my man King Els just hit me up and said he about to shoot through because he need to come through and holler at me about something real quick. So the brother about to slide through. We're going to get a quick guest appearance by El here in a second. Exactly, man. You can give her the world, but she will get mad that you didn't give her Jupiter. Exactly. Right? My man Jonathan Coleman in the building, man. My man said, all the woman I tried to make happy left me. You did. It is not our job as men to make women happy. Just like it's not a woman's job to make you happy. See, I know a lot of y'all chicks, right, probably think that this is going to be a one-sided thing when it comes to a guy like me. Hell no, right? I'm a fair and balanced guy, but since I'm a man, I advocate for men more so than I do for women because it's about time that we start doing that. I think we've been advocating for women enough. And sad to say, all these years of advocating for women, y'all ain't did shit with all the opportunities. So, you know, just like it's in our natural role to do, it's time for us men to put things back in their proper order, right? Structured order, right? God, man, woman, child. For the past few decades, it's been woman, child, God, then man. I'll repeat that. It's been woman, child, God, then man. And that's totally out of proper structure and order, right? Listen to these dudes, man.
3 things to make a woman happy: a big house, some flowers, and a big, yeah.
Pause. All right. All right. Now this chick right here, I don't know how y'all feel for this broad, man.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides. Okay? When you meet a new girl, what do your friends ask?
Uncle Diggity, what they do, man?
Ladies, when you meet a new guy, what do your friends ask you? What does he do? What the fuck does that do that can help you out? Can this motherfucker facilitate a dream or not? Oh,
Right. And I agree with that to an extent. I mess with enough chicks to know that not all of them think like the rest of them. You feel me? And I can sit up here and tell y'all, man, as a grown man of 41 young years, man, I done messed up a few situations with some chicks, man. You know? There was some good chicks, man. You feel me? So I'm man enough to admit that. But for the most part, hell no, I ain't making none of you bras happy. I wish the fuck I would. Shout out to my brother Uncle Diggity in the building. He said, nah, bro, they took God and man out the equation. Yeah, y'all have. I would thoroughly agree with that. You know? It ain't no man's job. It ain't none of no man's job to make you happy. Right? Now, I really don't fuck with these niggas like this because I think they fucking cornballs personally. Oh, gee, what it do, man? Right? I personally think that these two niggas right here is fuck niggas. But my personal opinions are meaningless. Glitch to guarantee what it do, man. My personal opinion is meaningless when it comes to what's actually raw, real, and true. You hear me?
Love idealistically, women love opportunistically. I understand the fact that as a man, a woman loves you for what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Your money, your income, your status, your confidence, your ambition, your cleverness. There's a whole bunch of different things that women look for in a man before they can actually love and submit and want to be with him. But for men, it's like, you know, we love women for real because we don't have as many requirements of them.
You love women for real? That's what you said?
Yeah, men love women idealistically. This is why breakups hurt men way more. This is why men commit suicide way more when it comes to suicide.
So what do you break down what idealistically means?
As in, it's the closest. I mean, obviously, no love is unconditional, but it's the closest to it. Like when a man loves a woman, he loves her far harder than she loves him back, so to speak. This is why women overwhelmingly, initiate divorce and breakups, etc. And why guys have such a tough time getting over it. Because when a man loves a woman, he loves her for real. When a woman loves a man, she loves him.
I think the stat here is that
how he makes her feel. Men love idealistically.
And there's some truth to that, man. Right? When us men get with y'all and we propose to y'all, we make y'all exclusive. We fit y'all into our schedules, into our life. We begin to bestow our infinite knowledge, wisdom, over, inner, outer, extra standing onto y'all, into y'all, right? What's good with all my brethren in the chat? What it do, man? Uncle Diggity, Lance Parker, Vernon 85, John Coleman, OG, my brother Glitch, the guarantee. What happened? My man L's about to shoot through here in the next 15, 20 minutes. You hear me? Where the ladies at in the clouds? Oh, they in the clouds, y'all. Trust me. You hear me? Tapping in. And that's all good too, though. You feel me? But, right? Let's listen to this.
Understand where she's coming from. Y'all, not y'all, just my women. Not all women. I'm just trying to say women and men. Women and men. Y'all get the feeling. Y'all feel it. A lot of women believe in their mind a man's supposed to do all of these things for her. Just troll through social media, just talk to women. They believe a guy's supposed to do all these things for them. A guy can be completely happy, get with you, and now it becomes nothing about him. When a guy is single, he has to focus on himself, and he got kids, whatever the case it is, he focuses on himself. That's it. When it comes to get with you, he has to forget about himself and focus on you. That's too deep. It's too deep. Understand where I'm going, y'all. When guys are by themselves, trying to figure things out, what the case is, he's happy in his place in life, whatever it is. He's focused on himself. When he get with you, it goes from him focusing on himself to only focusing on you. Not focus on you and him, but just focusing on you. And when you got him, you can...
Okay, so I gotta stop this young dude right here. And I be saying, this is what I'm saying, man. Shout out to my brother Red, man. You know, so that's why I only fuck with a couple content creators, actual content creators, man, on some real type time. You feel me? Shout out to Red, man. See, and I'm not knocking this young dude right here. You feel me? I'm not knocking him, but that was corny right there. And that's where you niggas, and that's where us men, and that's where you niggas fuck up at. Because you get yourself together. And listen, y'all, I'm not proselytizing. I'm telling y'all this from personal experience, right? Not only my personal experience, but also, you know, my observable reality. My man Uncle Diggity said, salute to the ladies in the clouds and put 3 roses. Y'all know y'all love them roses, man. Y'all better quit messing with them roses, man. You're gonna fry your coochie out, man. But that's where we lose it at right there. And we all have done this. So ain't nobody about to sit up here. Well, see, let me tell y'all what we ain't gonna do over here at A-Real Talk. We're not gonna sit up here and proselytize like we just the end all, be all, know all, like we just flawless and impervious and ain't made no mistakes when it comes to these broads, man. Because all of us men, real men who actually been out here messing with chicks, you don't sit up here and invested in a broad that really wasn't worth investing in, or not even that, but you don't sit up here and focused on a broad more than you focused on yourself, or focused on a relationship with a broad more than you focus on yourself, and it probably 9 times out of 10 ended you up in a fucked up situation. I wouldn't even believe you saying that you a real one if you say, oh yeah, just all my life I just have, man, get the fuck out of here, man. But that right there, that is where a lot of guys mess up at right there. You get with this broad and you was single, you had your stuff together, focusing on you living on your own, whatever the situation may be, and then you get with the bench, right? And then all of a sudden, your focus becomes not you and your situation and your goals or your purpose. You begin to focus on this broad. Now, let me tell y'all something, man. When you get with a broad and she's really your woman and it's working out in its proper structure and order, God, man, woman, child, that's a different situation because this is a woman who is reciprocating, right? She's reciprocating what you're doing as far as your role as a man and her role as a woman. So when it comes in that, it works in harmony, right? But more often than not, when you get with a broad, just like the homie said earlier, just like Chris Rock said, and that's where a lot of us guys mess up at, man. You feel me? We be caring more about the broad than the broad care about us, right? Or not even care more about the broad. You care more about being in a relationship with the broad than you actually do your own purpose and goals and your own situation that you was focusing on before. That's why I always tell my dudes, man, like I said, I'm not a relationship expert, man, but I'm super, super experienced when it comes to these broads. So I'm always going to tell my homies, you know what I'm saying, what's the how to go about interacting with these chicks, man. You feel me? You know what I mean? When I talk to some of my young brothers anyway, I tell them, man, don't be sitting out here trying to make none of these broads happy, man. You know what I'm saying? So, that right there, that is very true. And that's very important, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what you're supposed to do. But that's just more often than not what happens when some of us guys get into a relationship with these broads. We stop focusing on our purpose and our goal, and we start focusing on this relationship, you know what I'm saying, which can more than often than not prove to be a not so good thing. Let's go.
About everything, you nagging, you do all the other things. Now his life becomes miserable, but a lot of guys will deal with it for whatever reason. You gotta be messed up, man, to win. But women, it's not my
I feel him on that.
But he was happy before you. He was chilling before you. Life was better before you. But now he loves you, and he feel like y'all could probably coexist with each other. But you're not making it happen. And you want to know how factual this is? Because the same thing can happen the other way around. Now, if you believe that a man can come and you could be happy as a woman, a man come in your life, and now your life is miserable. That's possible. But you're saying it's not possible the other way around. That shows where you are mentally, and shows the level of your maturity. For you to believe a man can do it to a woman, but a woman can't do it to a man. Brothers, it's not hard to understand who you're talking to. It's not hard. It is understandable. If I flip it, I can already tell you biased. You know, and you showing that you don't care about me. With just that statement, if you don't believe it's possible, you showing how much you do not care about men and what they go through, what they feel. Hence, making them miserable. Checkmate. Check. Got him. Ooh. Got him. Got him. Y'all be cool. I'll be right.
Yeah, man. Man. Yeah, whatever. All right. You feel me? We got L's in the building, y'all. I told you L was coming through.
What up? What up?
Told y'all we was gonna have King L come through real quick. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We got all the homies in the building. We got Uncle Diggity in here. We got Lance Park in here. We got Glitch up in here. You know what I'm saying? OG. You know, so my man Jonathan Coleman. Well, we got everybody up in here, man. We talking about is it a man's job to make a woman happy? L, what you think about that, man?
Nah, I feel like it's everybody. Like honestly, it's on you to make yourself happy.
Exactly.
This goes man, woman. It's really no gender based to that. Just it's on you to make yourself happy. Now, if people make you happy, that you're around, and you want to surround yourself with people that do make you happy, that's a choice, but it's not their obligation to make you happy. Their obligation is to be loyal to you and respect you. And that's really what it is to me, you know? Now, I do have a lot of people that makes me happy in my life that I surround myself with, which is a choice, but nobody has that obligation to make me happy. You know what I mean? That's not your responsibility. My responsibility is to make sure that the things I do in my life, solid, being a solid person, making sure I'm happy with myself. And that's another thing. You gotta love yourself. A lot of people don't love themselves. And that's really what it starts before even being happy. That's a big reason why a lot of people are not happy with themselves, is because they don't even love themselves. They don't even know that they don't love themselves. So that's what I would say first, is know how to love yourself. And then you will really be happy once you know yourself.
Right.
Because you'll know your expectations, you'll know where you excel at, you'll know where you fail at, what you need to work on, you'll hold yourself accountable, all that. But a lot of people also ain't ready to look the truth in the face. So you also got to be able to face the truth when you get to know yourself. And that's the scariest thing for most people, and that's why a lot of people don't know themselves.
Man, hey, that's big facts right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody saying what's up, Els, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
What my man Glitch the Guarantee say. He said, you are only required to make yourself happy. No other human can make you happy. Happiness comes from within. Man, listen here. Now, I'm about to go take care of what I'm about to take care of with Els real quick, y'all. And I want y'all to listen to this, man.
Makes you happy. There is a new study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debated. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on. Tracy, this is true.
Come on.
I mean, come
all right, first of all,
don't get me started.
I know you've missed me, Mark. First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her sexual prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go nuts, because I know you're going to go nuts.
Well, first of all, you're presuming that unhappiness in women begins in middle age. I'd say it starts when she's a little girl, when she's taught that happiness derives from shoes, jewelry, boob jobs, and pedestals. And what's interesting, come on, Alexis, and then you have boys who are taught that they're supposed to make girls happy. I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, "How come you always have money and I don't?" And she says, "That's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend." The fact of the matter is, boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
This is that.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. But you pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about. So what's happening in middle age? What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with. And so now that's what's making the men happy.
That's interesting because we control the household spending, don't we? Because we're working more than ever. All right, let's get back to the survey, though. All right, because basically what they're saying is that we are happier in our early adult life, and that women are more likely than men to fulfill their aspirations earlier related to material goods and family. That is true, wouldn't you say, Tracy? And a good thing. It takes men longer to figure out what they want to do in life.
Well, I just think this whole notion of basing your happiness on material goods is part of the problem. Hence, part of the reason that this thing was run by men in the first place. If there were women on the panel,
Tracy,
they would. I mean, ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day. Whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't
There's a
believe what I
reason
just
that
heard you
women
say.
live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner. When you have women going around,
You're
Tracy,
divorced. She left you. Let's put that on the table if you want to play this game.
Tracy,
yes.
When women go around comparing their engagement rings to show off who got the most carats, don't tell me that women don't compete.
Mark, I don't know where you find these women. The women I know do not care about that kind of stuff. Mark, all right, Mark, it out.
Women compete on houses, divorce settlements, carrots, country clubs. Women compete on money all the time. Give me a break.
Wait a second.
Women in your life, buddy.
But Mark, wait a second. The stature of a lot of men is measured in the car they drive, the golf country club they belong to,
XL Pro, what it do, man?
the place they live in. You have to admit that.
And whether or not their wives are staying at home and not working. That's exactly what I said at the beginning. Because men are taught that men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy is his own fault. Everybody has to make himself or herself happy.
Such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son.
Well, that's wonderful. But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who brags that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
Mark, you know what?
So, but you don't need a man's money.
Shout out to old Mark Rudolph, man. You hear me? As a white guy, man, not that it matters, but, you know, did y'all listen to that? This is from 10 years ago, man. Why are middle-aged women so miserable? How many of y'all agree with what what dude was saying on there? Huh? It is not our job to make women happy, right? Was he not spitting straight facts though? And this is something that I noticed when it comes to women. Now, this is not just specific to just black women, man. This is with all y'all. All y'all bras is basically the same, man. Give and take a few minor discrepancies based on cultural and racial elements, right? But for the most part, all these bras is damn near the same, man. You feel me? I dealt with enough women to know that majority of y'all are the same, man. Like, we the same. We ain't even gonna sit up here and do that. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna sit up here. No, most of y'all are the same, right? You know what I mean? You feel me? My man XL Pro in the building. What it do, man? You hear me? Yeah, y'all. You feel me? Listen, Glitch just said it. L just told y'all, and the homie Mark Rudolph just told y'all, right? It's not anybody's job to make anybody happy. But since we're men, and this is, right? Ladies, right? And I want to get some input from some of y'all ladies, man. This is a very important discussion because I want to hear from y'all's point of view, right? Ladies, do y'all think it's our job to make y'all happy? And if so, why? Right? I'm gonna drop the link here in about 8 minutes, and any of y'all ladies who have the ovarian fortitude to come up and speak the piece, y'all more than welcome to. This is y'all's platform as well, man. I keep telling y'all that. You know, this is why I have ladies' night for y'all, so y'all could come on and address these issues and speak on y'all's behalf. If y'all so shall choose. If y'all don't, then y'all don't. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about? But it's not a man's job to make y'all happy. Just like I say, it's not a woman's job to make us happy as men. You know what I'm saying? I'm already happy, right? Like the homie Mark Rudolph just said, happiness comes from within. Happiness is a culmination, or happiness is the reward for hard work. As men, what makes us happy is when we accomplish our goals. What makes us happy is when our hard work we put in, we start to see the results from that. You know what I'm saying? What makes us happy as men is us knowing that we have the ability to provide. And I'm not talking about just financially. You know what I'm saying? What makes us happy is knowing that people rely on us, because that's what we do. It makes us happy, right, when we accomplish our goals. When we put in all that hard work for all them months, all them years of sacrifice, having to go without. You hear me? Living under certain situations and circumstances. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes us happy. And then to reap the benefits of your hard work, whether it be financially, spiritually, whatever, that's what makes us happy. Now, as far as what makes women happy, right? That can become very convoluted. You know what I mean? But as in the topic of tonight's show, is it our job to make women happy? You know what I mean? No, it absolutely is not. I wouldn't dare. You hear me? I wouldn't dare put effort or energy into trying to make anybody happy except myself. right? Now, what I will do as a man is I will create the environment for your happiness to grow and flourish, right? But to specifically put effort and energy into making you happy, hell no. Never going to happen. Never in a million years will that happen. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, you know what I'm saying, you should never feel obligated to make a woman happy. And as a woman, you should definitely not be feeling like it's a guy's job to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Most relationships, from my experience, end because females weren't happy in a relationship. For whatever reason, they weren't happy. Now, we could get to the extreme, right? We could get to the extreme, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? We could take it to the extreme. Maybe it was an abusive situation and you have to get on up out of there, you know what I'm saying, ladies? Whatever the situation may be, you know what I'm saying? But as far as making you happy, the question has to automatically go to, why aren't you happy? And if you was in a relationship with a guy where you interacting with a guy and you're not happy, that's a personal issue. Now, I'm not saying it could be a situation within a relationship that could be contributed to you not being happy, right? Or adding on to your unhappiness that you already are experiencing on your own, right? 9 times out of 10, it's some stuff from childhood that you haven't addressed. You know what I'm saying? So you unhappy, not because you're in a relationship with this guy. And I'm just saying, man, you're unhappy because you're unhappy, right? Matter of fact, let me look for this real quick, man. Let me just see if I can find this real quick. Let me see if I can find this scene real quick. Damn, man. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Because I think, you know, this was a scene in a movie that captured what we talking about. Respect, cooperation, and positive environment. Yeah, that's the perfect. That's a very good environment to you know, for happiness to flourish. You feel me? Okay, that was all right. I almost forgot something real quick, but yeah, though, just like my man Lance Parker just said, man, right? Respect, cooperation, and positive environment. Those are the things that contribute to creating an environment for happiness to flourish, right? Damn, I can't find it. Damn, I can't find that scene, man. But yeah, I'm trying to find this scene, man, in Belly, man. Y'all know what scene I'm talking about.
See, that's my girl. I met her out in Baltimore when me and Buns first started playing. The only words I know. What the fuck are y'all doing?
I ain't going front, man. T-Boss played a good, she played that part good, man. You feel me? But y'all know the scene that I'm talking about with Tion and Keisha T-Boz and Terrell Hicks' character walking down the street talking in belly and shit. You feel me? And she was basically telling the old girl, Keisha, like, you know, I'm happy with sin because I'm happy. You feel me? I'm not happy because he's making me happy. I'm happy because I'm happy. Right? And that, I just like to showcase that because that's a perfect, you know what I'm saying? That's a perfect saying. You hear me? That basically, you know what I'm saying, describes the real time what I'm talking about. You feel me? You know, you got to be happy in your relationship because you're already happy, right? So if you was in a relationship, man, and you're not happy, whether you be a man or a woman, you got to do some self-reflecting, man. You feel me? You got to do some self-reflecting if you're not happy. You know? It ain't nobody's job, ain't no man's job to make you happy, all right? Right? Y'all got to come happy, man. You got to already be happy, and you know what I mean? You got to already be happy, man. Damn, I can't find that scene. Is not on here, man. That's crazy. They got hella scenes from Belly in here, but they do not have that scene in here. Right? Right? Listen here, man. Hit that like button, man. Oh, I keep forgetting this, man. Definitely do what my brother Lance Parker just said, man. Y'all see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You did. Sit up there and hit that like button, man. Now, I know a lot of y'all be feeling some type of way about this broad right here. I don't feel any type of way about this broad. I knew who she was when she first came on the scene, and I would never suggest that any of y'all listen to this broad. But when somebody say some real shit, they say some real shit. So, you know, go ahead, tap in.
Respect to men is love. Like, men don't feel loved if they don't feel respected. And your job as a woman is to make them look good. And this goes back to, does it look good to a guy to have his girl hugging the whole football team, hugging the whole basketball team, hugging the whole rap scene? Respect to men is love.
You know? Right? This is one of the main reasons why you should not be trying to make none of these broads happy.
know that women leave men 80% of the time. And if they're college educated, it's 90. So if you get divorced, it's 80% of the time like the woman leaves. And one of the number one predictors of divorce is actually if the woman out earns the man.
Oh, I love that. I actually love that. Like, I actually
You love that? You don't think that's kind of...
No, I'm like, girl, you go get that. You go get a man. And, like, yeah, you go get that. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Like, why is there like a lack of empathy for men?
It's not a lack of empathy.
But there is, because like they're breaking up a family and a lifelong commitment in a home, and your reaction is you go get the bag, sis, or like, I'm so happy for you. But that's actually a really that's a sad situation. Like, your wife is leaving you. Did you know that would...
You feel me? Right? I wonder if this is the same girl, and we're gonna listen to this.
I do think that women tend to be the more selfish and ungrateful sex. I can say that for sure. I just did a community post where I asked men, hey, what was the nicest thing a woman did for you? She can't be family. And some of the stories they were putting out there, I'm like, ladies, we need to do better. Women, if you're watching this and you haven't done something nice for your husband for a hot minute, I'm gonna go ahead. Well, for some reason, men really like when you buy them socks. So like buy the socks, but also have sex with your husband and make him dinner. Just do all three. Do all three. But my goodness, yeah, I think that we happen to be the more selfish sex.
Ladies, man, do y'all agree? Y'all hear what baby girl said right there?
Are single women with no kids who are college educated. Yeah. And they are having trouble finding mates because they're like, I'm at this level. Yes. And I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing. I think that's an excuse, though. There are educated women out there who can find good men. But the real question is, what they're not going to tell you is how many successful men that are on their level are above their level that they passed off for silly reasons. That's true. See, that's something they're not going to tell you. Yeah, absolutely. See, that's what we don't know. We just hear, I can't find nobody, I can't find nobody. But what did you do to run him off? Like, yeah, but you're not going to hear, right, but you're not going to hear how many of those good, successful men did you turn down? How many did you not give your time to? There are single women with...
Right, now I ain't going front, man. Baby girl right here, who was just talking, listen here, man. You know, I really like chocolate girls, man, but man, listen.
Educated, yeah, and they're having trouble finding.
Oh, girl, right there is stupid.
Because they're like, I'm at this level, yes, and I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing. I think that's an excuse, though.
Her right there.
Women out there who can find good men.
I like her right there.
What I'm going to tell you is how many successful men that are on their level are above.
She'd be in the bag if I ever met her.
See, that's something they
Let's ask the kid.
See, that's what we don't.
That chocolate girl too, her too.
I can't find nobody.
But what did you do to run him off? Like,
yeah, but you're not gonna hear, right? But you're not gonna hear how many of those good, successful good men did you turn down? How many did you not give your time to? There are women with
baby girl said, I don't think being a good man is enough. I said, God damn. You know what I'm saying? What my man Jay-Z said, come here, baby. He said it's never enough. Rings, things, it's never enough. That's why I put that in the thing. It's a hashtag, it's never enough. Right? It's just never enough, man. Right? Now listen to this chick right here. I like this white lady right here, man.
Need to feel peace. Like they can't feel stressed in any area of life to be productive. So if we're in the bedroom and we're stressed, it's not happening. Yeah. If we're in the bedroom and we're nervous, it's not happening. If we're in the bedroom and we're thinking, why is he doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Second, our mind starts going too much. And by the way, this happens with work in regular life. We just freeze. We don't operate well like that. So that's why women like a dominant man, because you come in, you take charge. We're like, oh, he's got this. We get to kind of relax. And when we are peaceful, everything runs smoother. It runs smoother for us and then hence for you and for the whole experience.
What y'all think about that? Let's run that back. Right? Now notice this lady said, she said dominant men, right?
Need to feel peace. Like they can't feel stressed in any area of life to be productive. So if we're in the bedroom and we're stressed, it's not happening. Yeah. If we're in the bedroom and we're nervous, it's not happening. If we're in the bedroom and we're thinking, why is he doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Second, our mind starts going too much. And by the way, this happens with work in regular life. We just freeze. We don't operate well like that. So that's why women like a dominant man, because you come in, you take charge. We're like, oh, he's got this. We get to kind of relax. And when we are peaceful, everything runs smoother. And it runs smoother for us and then hence for you and for the whole experience.
Shout out to the big homie, Sir Ism, man. You feel me? Shout out to the big homie, Sir Ism, man. You feel me? Right.
Man, can't say that, huh? Most people like, please, I'll sleep on the couch. What can I do to make you happy? You can't never make no woman happy. It's a fact. She got to be happy with herself. So it's not my duty to make you happy. My duty is to what? We clarified it earlier, right? Did anybody say make a wife happy? They didn't. They said protect, secure, provide. That's my job. Most men.
All right. Listen to these guys.
Rich, why do you think women are going to be single and childless? At least half, let's just say, within the next 9 years.
Well, to add to what Aaron's already listed there, which I co-sign, top shelf men are starting to avoid insufferable women. You know, they're starting to realize that the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It's not worth exposing themselves and their wealth to huge amounts of risk, to hashtag boss girls that are, you know, going to make their life difficult after they've been chasing excellence all day long. They come home and, you know, get browbeaten, sort of thing. There's not a lot of incentive anymore to having families and children. I mean, if you look at this, you know, the stats and the way that things have changed in the
these are white guys.
You know, the nuclear family's changed over the century. So that leaves a lot of, you know, women out to pasture, to climb the corporate ladder, you know, collect cats and box wine subscriptions and, you know, go globalism, feminism, and all the other isms. And Big Daddy states, you know, their favorite lover now.
George, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, if you go through and do the math on what most women's expectations are, what their I don't want to say objectives, but I guess for lack of a better word, we'll say objectives in trying to find a long-term relationship or a husband. You know, they'll list all of these things. Well, the guy's got to be straight. Okay. He's got to be between this age group. Ideally, he'd make this amount of money. He's got to be a leader of men. He's got to pursue excellence. He has to do all these things, you know. And then you go through and say, okay, well, let's just assume that you live in a town of 1 million people. And then you go through and you say, okay, well, how many men are there in this 1 million people? Okay, there's 500,000. Well, how many fall into this age group? Okay, well, now maybe you've got 20,000. And how many of those guys are, you know, fit all these other categories? What it boils down to is like 5 or 6. And that's what all the gals want, because in respect to hypergamy, when they're increasing their socioeconomic level, you know, and the guys aren't doing it at the same pace, then there's going to be fewer and fewer and fewer options that fit their checklist of what they're looking for. And it is what it is. And it's, you know, women can say that's right, wrong. Guys can get pissed off about it. But I think that the powerful message for guys and women is that if guys just go out and do what Rich talks about, you know, it's if you just pursue excellence and you do not pursue women, you're going to have the best of both worlds. And the woman, whatever woman you choose to be a part of your life, is going to have a much, much, much better experience, and the relationship overall is going to be much better. Because at the end of the day, you guys know as well as I do that women, they can say whatever, but they want a guy that's, you know, not an asshole or not a prick or anything like that, but a guy that can really take charge, and someone that is
right. Now, mind y'all, man, right? Right. Mind y'all, this is a panel of white guys, man. One of these dudes' name is Rich Cooper. It got fraudulent, fake ass Rolo Tomasi on here. Some nigga named Aaron Clary, and another white boy named George Gammon. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing this video, right, of these dudes talking to show y'all that this isn't a race-specific issue, right? I'm also playing this video to show my ladies who's in attendance in the clouds that this is just not a thing that's happening amongst Black people. A lot of y'all are under the influence or under the perception or the misconception that the things that is being discussed amongst us Black folks is only being discussed amongst us Black folks. No, the white boys talking about it too. They dealing with the same women we're dealing with, right? They getting the same Black woman, so to speak, right? And they're talking about, probably more likely they're talking about white women, but we're talking about women in general. That's what I'm saying. This whole modern woman shit, this ain't just race specific. This applies to all chicks, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't even use such terminology because whatever time it is, the shit is going to be modern. You know what I'm saying? We're modern men, right? Your granddaddy was a traditional man. You's a modern man. A modern traditional man, so to speak. Get you a modern traditional woman, man, if you can find one, right? Now, and y'all, we talk about this all the time, man. Shout out to the big homie John Jay, right? John Jay is always telling us, brothers, build your kingdom. Back in the day, it was a movie that came out called The Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. Now, and I'm not saying everyone that will come, and I'm telling you from experience with this too. You know, when you make yourself into a certain version of yourself, man, you know, you can literally have your way, like more so than you could if you wasn't the best version of yourself. You feel me? And you know, and that's what we should be focusing on. Focusing on, and just like the young brother said earlier too, you know what I'm saying? Because this contributes to why some of us feel like some of us men think it is our job. We think it is our job to make a woman happy. Just like that one little soft ass dude was saying earlier, like, man, you know, but when we focus on ourselves as men, our purpose and our goals, and we focus on accomplishing them and meeting our personal goals, that's where we as men get our happiness from, right? But once we start seeing some success with that, this is at the point where women can become a distraction. You hear me? I'm speaking from personal experience now with this. You hear me? You could be so focused on the goal. See, the thing is, when y'all get with us, right? Whatever we in the process of pursuing at that point when you meet us, whether it be first starting out, already there, or on our way there and getting and we done got our foot in the door and we got a little bit of the ball rolling, but we ain't all the way there yet, right? Yeah, we ain't going, man. Listen, I'm about to show some clips with him too in here in a second, man, because we got to be fair and even. We got to provide both sides. You know what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm saying? When we in the process of pursuing our goals, our purpose, you know what I'm saying? Your job as our woman, if we decide to take you on, your job is to add on to that. Your job is to make that an easy transition for us. Your job is to sit up there and, you know what I'm saying, be a helpmeet. If you're dealing with a man who's pursuing his dreams, pursuing his goals, pursuing his purpose, and when you get with him, at whatever point you get with him, and you can actively see the results of this man's hard work, as far as you see him pursuing his purpose, pursuing his goals, his dreams, you see his success, whether it be minor success or not is irrelevant. As long as you see him progression, right? You see that this man is actively putting in the work to do that which he says he wants to do. Your job is to make that easy for him. You're supposed to add on to that. And see what a lot of us dudes do, man, we get with the bench, man. We start to lose focus of the purpose. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience when I say this, man. You know what I mean? And in the process of doing that, you know what I'm saying, this is what my man just said is basically you're not supposed to lose focus of the purpose in pursuance of a woman. Matter of fact, you're supposed to pursue your goals, your purpose, and your dreams, the things that you think about when you by yourself that you want to accomplish in your life. That should always be your main focus. Most High, your purpose, right? The Most High, your purpose. Those are the things you should be focused on, right? And in the process of you focusing on that 100%, you know, more than likely the type of woman that you actually deserve will come into your life. But see, when you take the focus off of the Most High, and you take your focus off of your purpose, and then you start to put your focus on this bitch, you start to put your focus on this woman, right? You start to see that, you know, things start falling apart. Like my man Chinua Achebe said. Y'all ever read that book before? Things Fall Apart by my brother Chinua Achebe, right? So, you know, I agree with the homie when he just said what he said. Let's listen to some more of these white boy, man.
Afraid to make a decision, and someone that is decisive, someone that's a leader of men, and someone that has a high degree of competency and ambition. You know, this is what really women respect in men. And I think that once, you know, a lot of guys fall into the trap, they get married and they think that they don't have to worry about it anymore. Mm-hmm. Because it's till death do us part. So I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to continue to grow my business. I don't have to continue to, you know, achieve 100% of my God-given potential. And then once the gal sees that, you know, subconsciously, that's the biggest turnoff ever. And, you know, you guys know where it goes from there. So my whole point with the layering over economics is just to point out that I think this trend will continue. And although JP Morgan might have been looking at it from standpoint of consumption, like consumer goods, what are they going to consume more? I would look at it from a standpoint of demographics having a real population problem. And in a world and in an economy where you always have to continue to create more debt and more dollars, if you have a decreasing population, that's a big problem. And then what happens is the government steps in and tries to counteract that with, we'll call it printing money, for lack of a better term. And then you have more money being created, but you have fewer goods and services. And at the end of the day, the wealth of the economy is a measurement of the goods and services produced efficiently. I use the example all the time. If you were on a deserted island and you had $1 billion in a chest, and would you be rich or poor? You'd be poor because there's nothing to buy. So the amount of dollars in the system doesn't matter. And this takes us to UBI. You know, I think that the part of the problem here is the welfare state. If you go back, because it's allowed women to make decisions that they otherwise wouldn't make. And again, you can say that's good, but you got to look at the cost benefit analysis. It's not just the benefit. There's also a cost involved in any decision where you're dealing with economics, which is really defined by.
Okay, so this time to stop listening to them. This is why I say, right? This is why I don't be listening to none of it, man. It starts to sound like Peter. It starts to sound like Charlie Brown's mom, man. After a minute, man. And this is what I be talking about, man. Shout out, like, I gotta skip because I'm saying, man, I rock with my brother, man. Oh, yes, I rock with real ones, man. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And this is where that stuff. It's like, God, that shit is fucking boring for real. I don't even see how y'all be listening to that shit, man. Now, you know, and this is why I don't really tap in with a lot. And this, listen, y'all, I ain't got nothing against white folks, man. You hear me? I ain't got nothing against white guys, man. A lot of white guys I grew up with, and I'm still cool to this day that I do business with and all of that. But, you know, for the most part, this is why I don't listen to none of these guys in the so-called white manosphere, because, you know what I mean? A lot of y'all dudes y'all just be sounding corny. Like, it's all like, But I mean, but I understand where these guys is coming from, because they're probably coming from the situation where, you know, they're upper middle class to upper class white guys. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they got wives and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? They talking about from the perspective of being married and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? But I just can't listen to a lot of them dudes, man, because I'll just be listening to these wives. I'll be like, ain't no real ones. Ain't no real ones, no matter what they color their skin is, and sitting here actually listening to these niggas, man. Ain't nothing but a whole bunch of probably fuck niggas listening to them. You know what I'm talking about? Right?
What's wrong with this generation today? These young boys today, what does she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job. What's wrong?
See, this is the thing about Steve, man. And this is the thing about Steve. It's definitely our job to take care of our woman who births our children. It definitely ain't none of our job to take care of any woman and her children by another man. Nah, See, he left a lot of context out with that, right? And this is why Steve Harvey is in the situation he's in, right? With his cornball ass. You hear me? Steve Harvey, man, listen. This guy, man. Right? Tap in, man.
I married him 11 months ago. I didn't think I was marrying a cheapskate. He used to wine and dine me. And now when we go on date nights, he's like, let's split the bill 50-50. Marriage is 50-50, split the bill 50-50. So I feel like I'm taking myself out. He also refuses to pay for groceries because he says I'm the one doing the cooking, but he likes to do the eating. So, Steve, how can you help me make my husband understand that he should want to financially support his wife and take care of her?
Okay, Steve. Kind of hard to go off of that, but Steve, you know, I believe marriage is 50-50. You know, what's wrong with splitting the bills from time to time? Like, she asked me to do some chores, I do it, you know, and it's what's wrong with splitting everything 50-50? I mean, I'm trying my best right now. I'm in school. I work 2 part-time jobs. You know, I help, you know, all this, like buying the groceries. I do help buying groceries.
Suck the ass, dude.
You know,
50-50.
It's 50-50. I'm just, right now, I do my best, but right now I just don't have, you know, the capacity to do that right now. So.
I don't know if you understand what you've gotten into here. And nobody set you down and talk to you. You're gonna be great.
I'm still trying to think it myself too. I'm like,
see, you keep saying words that ain't got nothing to do with you no more. You just said, you just said myself.
Yeah.
No, he's dead. So now, look at this. If I could get my marriage 50-50. Woo! Hey, folks, welcome. Thanks for checking out my YouTube.
Man, this dude, Steve Harvey, man. Right? This guy, Steve Harvey, man. Yeah, man, you know. He's old happy wife, happy life ass nigga, right? Oh my God, man. Well, I remember I used to hear that stuff, man, back in the day, like happy wife, happy life. That shit sound like some bullshit, right? Listen to this dude, man.
Let's start with Neva, who liked me better with the way I was. What does that mean?
I did.
Hi, Neva.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Okay, good.
I really miss your hair. I absolutely loved it. I really miss your hair. I loved
Miss
it.
my hair.
I do. I do. What made you decide to cut it anyway?
Could you take the disgusted look off your face?
I'm sorry. I mean, you still look good.
This picture, what made that? Hey, you know, I mean, keeping my hair that way was grueling. The only way to get your hair that even, you have to scissor cut it. And I got tired of that. So when I turned 50, I said I was going to change my life. You know, I said, I'm going to change my hair, lost me a little bit of weight, and I just went on there. But I'm tell you something, though. That's a funny cat right there. That boy right there, I'm really stunned at that suit I had on, though.
Will we ever get to see it again?
Get to see what again?
Yeah, here. Bring it back.
You ain't dating, no. We'll ever get to see it again, like me kicking it somewhere. No, my wife like it just like this.
Okay, that's all that is. A happy wife is a happy life, so.
Happy wife, happy life. You ain't never lied about that.
Right? Happy wife, happy. We done heard it out of his own mouth, man. Right? We heard it from his mouth. Here we go again.
Where's Janice?
32 years, and it makes me his #1 priority.
Okay.
He even lets me have a voice. I mean,
Right. Now, I just want to stop that right there, because a lot of y'all dudes be getting this misconstrued, and I'm gonna have to. I'm not necessarily jumping on the lady's side, but what I'm saying, we gotta have some balance. Yeah, he do. Steve Harvey do think that everything is for the bench, man. He definitely do. He thinks everything's for the batch, man. Right? Now, let me tell y'all this, though, because I'm going to say some real shit. If making your woman happy, right, or should I say adding on to her happiness, if seeing your wife happy makes you happy, you know what I'm saying? And when I say seeing your wife happy, I mean, if you like the feeling that your wife may be happy or whatever by what you doing for her, as far as like whatever that is, I'm not going to tell you not to do that, especially if you're getting what you want up out of that woman. If that woman is on your program, underneath your leadership and your guidance, and she's your helpmeet, and she do everything that she needs to do as a woman, that you got whatever you want the woman in your life to be able to provide for you, and she's doing that. And this is the thing, man, and this is what I always tell chicks too, man. This ain't got nothing to do with I'm not gonna say, and like I always got to be, I'm not giving no relationship advice. I'm just speaking on the aspect of I know women. You hear me? But what I can't say is this though, right? You feel me? If a woman is doing all of that for you, women, right? And this comes to the happiness right here. This comes to adding on to the happiness. If you are doing everything a man requires of you to do for him, and I'm talking about a guy who's actually pursuing his purpose, his dreams, his goals. He got his own career or job, and he's happy doing that. Let's go back to the bus driver thing real quick. If you meet a guy who's a bus driver, a trash man, plumber, whatever he may be, and he is actively pursuing that, he's having success in that, and you see that this man is able to provide for himself. So if 9 times out of 10, if us as a man if us as men, if we're able to provide for ourselves, then we're able to provide for you, right? And I say that to say that we will make a way. But there's some things, there's some stipulations to that though. Are you giving us what we want? Because 9 times out of 10, if you give a man what he wants, he will make sure you got what you need. And he will also make it his job, right, to take care of you. But it ain't all about no happy wife, happy life, man. That's some bullshit, man. Ain't nothing equal or fair about that. Exactly, Lance Parker. When you and see, this is the thing right here too. This is what I noticed. When we hear that term happy wife, happy life, it automatically gets equated and associated with material shit, right? Material things, that's mostly what it entails, is material shit. You feel me? Happy wife, happy life is almost always based and contingent on what a man actually is doing for you, providing for you materialistically, right? You know what I'm saying? Because even when it comes to resting in your femininity, that has a lot to do with material things. Because, you know what I'm saying, the non-tangible things that us men provide, if we're going to go strictly on that, most of us provide that. Create a situation for you to do that. Most of us work hard. You know what I'm saying? Most of us got our stuff together or in the process of getting it more together than what it already is. You saying most of us got decent to good credit, right? Or I ain't gonna say most of us. I'm gonna say it's a nice. I can say the most of us. You know what I'm saying? We have like I said, we have decent to good credit. You know what I'm saying? We are in a position to where we could provide, you know what I'm saying, for a woman as far as resting in her femininity. But the thing is, what is a man getting in exchange for all of that? Shout out to Kev. Like Kev, you always say, what is I as a man who put all this work in to or putting all this work in, if I'm not already the best version of myself, if I'm actively pursuing and making myself the version of, what do I get for choosing to provide for a woman? What am I getting for that? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where when it comes to relationships, from my perspective, I'm not no relationship expert, man, but I am an expert when it comes to broads, man. And I think that's where the situation comes in, you know what I'm saying? Where the happiness starts to fall in there, right there. Because, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10, when we're talking about the happy wife, happy life ideology, or the happy wife, happy life type of scenario, you know what I'm saying, it almost is always based and rooted in material things, and then it extends into non-material, non-tangible things. It don't start off as non-tangible. Yeah, and I think that's kind of sad, because even within the things that men naturally provide, that even has become the very tangible, and it has been associated and mixed up with materialistic things. And that's just what I see from my experience. You feel me? My observable reality, what I see from the people I know who is in relationships. You know what I'm saying? But there are some of people, like a prime example that I like to always use is shout out to my brother Adrian, man. You hear me? Like him and his wife been together for a minute. You know what I'm talking about? Like right before I got locked up is when they like first like was getting together or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? And now they've been married and all this stuff now. You know, my brother Adrian is one of the prime examples of a husband and a father for me that I know from child, like my personal friends, man. He provide. You know what I'm saying? He do everything a man is supposed to do, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And he definitely ain't on no happy wife, happy life stuff. You know what I'm saying? But his wife, you know what I'm saying, is actually a very, 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 very successful woman. You hear me? And I want to get Adrian and Danny on the show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to get them on the show because Danny is dope. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm pretty sure, but I'm talking about with my brother and my sister, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But as far as men making women our job to make y'all happy, I personally think that no real woman believes that. You know what I'm saying? Wish some of the ladies had the ovarian fortitude to come on in and tap in, you know what I'm talking about, so, and voice y'all's opinion on it. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? I said that's why I ain't even, you know what I'm saying, I ain't seen no ladies chiming in, surprisingly. So, you know, I ain't gonna drop the link. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I would only drop the link if some ladies wanted to come in. You feel me? Because this is y'all's night. Here it is, ladies' night. You know what I'm saying? It's ladies' night. And the feeling's right. You know what I'm saying? And I be having these shows, man, so y'all ladies can come in, like I say, and voice y'all opinion on things. You know what I'm saying? And all things like that, man. You know what I mean? Let's finish listening to Uncle Steve.
Decisions, most of the decisions.
Okay.
And I just wonder, what can I do to make him go ahead and make decisions, especially when it's something that he really, truly doesn't want to do, but he'll go ahead and go along with me just to appease me.
Did y'all hear what this chick just said? Yeah, I mean, for real, OG. Listen here, y'all. I look at my analytics, man. And although naturally I got more male subscribers and more male tap-inners, man, you know, but it ain't too much different. It's like this. So I know y'all ladies be tapping in. I know y'all do because the analytics tells me this, right? But you know, I just want, you know, I mean, if y'all don't want to, y'all don't have to. It's cool. But I dedicated Ladies' Night to the ladies because, for one, I love women. Let's just get that out the way. You hear me? I absolutely love women, specifically and especially Black women. Yeah, that's crazy what she just said. I'm about to run it back. That's crazy what she just said. But it's wow what she just said. But I had the show on Thursday, and like I say, I'll be having ladies come on. Shout out to Kim. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Damn, Kim's a nice looking woman, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She's a pretty chocolate woman. You hear me? I dedicate Thursday to y'all because now let me tell you this when I say this. Although I really don't care what a lot of chicks gotta say, you know what I'm saying? I do care what women have to say, right? Pay attention. I don't care what a lot of chicks gotta say, but I definitely care what women have to say. Take that how you want to take that right now. Listen to what this chick just said, man. It's crazy, man. Let's go.
Decision, especially when it's something that he really, truly doesn't want to do, but he'll go ahead and go along with me. He even lets me have voice. I make all the decisions, most of the decisions.
Okay.
And
now notice what she said right there. Notice what she said. He allows her to make decisions. Listen, ladies, man, and this is a characteristic of us men. Like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with no relationship. This is just dealing with men, right? I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a relationship expert. You hear me? Never will assume to be, never will claim to be. Right? I'm just a regular guy. I'm an irregular. I'm a extraordinary, ordinary guy, right? But one thing I do know is women, though, very well, specifically, especially Black women, know y'all very well. And, you know, that's called delegating right there, ladies. That's what men do. I've heard some chicks say that they make men feel like they making a nah, man. Men are making a decision. You don't make us feel like we making no decision. Nah, we making goddamn decision. And if we decide to delegate decision making to you, understand what delegation is, man. That's what men do. We assign work, give you something to do, give you a task to complete. It ain't never you making me feel like I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge because I'm delegating to you. I'm delegating to you things that not necessarily let me say, I'm delegating to you not only things that I don't want to do, but things that I think that you probably would be more proficient and efficient and sufficient in getting done. It's not that I can't get it done. I can, but I got so much on my plate. And I realize this is the reason why I chose you. I know that you have the ability to do this, so I'm going to delegate this task to you, right? That's what it is. See, a lot of y'all chicks be getting this thing misconstrued as if you're saying, this is where I'm saying, this is where the disingenuous come out, because you should never feel like you got to manipulate in a nefarious, negative way. And that's if you thinking that you somehow is wooing your man to do something that he probably don't want to do or normally wouldn't do, but you want him to do it, you that's where you're wrong right there. Even if you are able to do that, I'm telling you right now, that guy you dealing with ain't no man, because a man you can't manipulate no man. You can't make a man do something he don't want to do. And that's where a lot of y'all get shit fucked up at. And this goes on men and women. A lot of y'all dudes out here trying to make these bras do stuff they don't want to do. Listen, if you get with a bra who don't want to cook, who don't find pleasure in cooking, you fucking around. Why would you even take a bra like that serious? I don't want a woman who doesn't enjoy cooking. I don't want a woman who doesn't get a pleasure. I don't want a chick who looks at cooking as if it's a task or a job. Hell no. What's wrong with y'all dudes out there? Right? Now let's finish listening to this broad, man. Now hold on, just to put things in perspective for y'all, I'm going to show y'all what this broad looked like. See, and let me say this too, though, man. Right? Ladies. Right? Now, fellas, too, man, don't be just sitting up here caping for a broad because she looked good. Let me just get that out the way. But ladies, let me tell you this. We would be more susceptible to give you what you want if you look a certain type of way. Now, that ain't going to be it. That guy like shout out to my brother Red. That'll get you in the door. It ain't going to keep you in the house, though. Right? Now, I say that to say that a chick who looks good physically, right, you kind of can get what you want a little bit more than a chick who don't. That's just the facts. But when you a chick who ain't that physically appeasing, and you acting like you a chick who is, that's crazy, right? That's wild to me.
What can I do to make him go ahead and make the decision, especially when it's something that he really, truly don't want to do, but he'll go ahead and go along with me just to appease me.
You see how nobody laughed?
You have a problem with that?
I like to try new things, and I want to know what he wants. Sometimes
He wants what you want. Happy wife, happy life, heard that? That's why y'all been together 32 years. Because you know what? See, he done figured it out. He done figured out what most young dudes do. No, I ain't doing all that. No, I want to do it like this. Shut your mouth. No, just let her do what she want to do. You'll be much happier that way. Yeah, they've been together 32 years. Because you know what he do? He let her do how she want to do.
We got to stop right there. And you know what I'm saying? When I used to be listen here, man, I used to be in the joint watching the Steve Harvey show, man. And I just used to be listening to this dude like, man, this nigga Steve is a fuck nigga, man. Now, most of y'all chicks, if a dude just lets you do what you want to do, you ain't gonna have no respect for him, man. And let's just be honest, ladies, right? And we've seen this before, y'all. Y'all seen the post on social media. Y'all seen it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, right? Y'all seen this before. Y'all heard this before. Sometimes, and I quote CHIX. I just want to hang out with my friends on the weekend and do bald-headed hoe shit. Put a number 11 in the chat if you have heard say that. And of course we can sit up here and no, they be meaning that shit. Yeah, listen here, you're not fooling me. Like I said, I know y'all. When a bitch sit up here, when a chick sits up here on social media and says something like, I just want to do something with I'm going to hang out with my friends and do bald-headed hoe shit, that's not just something funny. They be serious. Some, not all of y'all, but the ones that say that, those are the ones that be on that. So, you know, hopefully you don't got a wife that want to do bald-headed hoe shit. Hopefully you have a wife who is absolutely nothing at all wanting to be involved with doing bald-headed hoe shit. But a lot of y'all chicks want to do it when it says do what y'all want to do. A lot of y'all chicks, if y'all got with a guy who actually allowed you to do what you want to do, you wouldn't have no respect for that nigga. Exactly, man, Lance Parker, man. No woman wants to get with a man who wants it to. Listen, woman, the key word here is woman. Because I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, ain't no man who's a man going to allow you to do what you want to do, dealing with him, being married to him. A man ain't going to sit up there and let you do what you want to do. Because often that what we want to do is more than often what we should absolutely not do. Specifically when it comes to y'all chicks. A lot of y'all chicks want to sit up here and go get smashed by two different dudes. A lot of y'all chicks want to really do what we do. And when I say we, there's a lot of chicks out there that want to do what men do. And that's just absolutely out of order, right?
He really wants. Other than no, he wants you to be happy. I'm happy. No, well, see, guess what? And the reason you're happy is because you ain't got nobody with their thumb on your neck. Oh, that's for sure. See, so guess what? This man has done what every woman would love. He has taken his queen, put her on a pedestal.
Oh.
She is allowed to turn and bask in the sun and do whatever she wants to do. Yes. Now let me explain something to you.
Steve did y'all a terrible disservice, man. and as we see, he was paid handsomely to do it, right? He even went through his little humiliation ritual and everything, and he going through the second tier of it right now. You feel me? Men, don't be putting none of these bras on no damn pedestal. You better put the Most High on the pedestal. That's what you should be doing. But ladies, man, and this is what I be wanting to have. That's why I be really wanting y'all to chime in. Because I know this, man. I done been around enough women to know. I seen how women treat men who put them on a pedestal, man. And let's just be honest, ladies, y'all don't want no dude to be putting y'all on no pedestal. Because if a dude got you on a pedestal, that means he ain't focused on his purpose. He focused on you, right? Ain't no man out here who's very successful in life, got his money right, got his business right. He ain't got like that by focusing on putting no broad on no pedestal, man. So if a guy, like I ain't gonna say, and I be careful how I use words because a man is never gonna put a woman on a pedestal. So I ain't gonna say if a man, I'm gonna say if a guy puts you on a pedestal, he ain't on his purpose. And y'all don't really, a lot of y'all chicks, y'all think when y'all say, I want a guy to put me, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know, and this is what I'm saying. This is why I say women don't want that. And I know that. You know what I'm saying? So any chick who's out here saying, I want a guy to, you know, happy wife, happy life, or put me on the pedestal, you're not going to be happy messing with a guy like that. And what you're going to find is if you happen to get with a guy like that, what you're going to see is that he's going to be lacking in areas, right? He's going to be lacking in areas. You know what I mean? A guy that will put you on a pedestal means he puts you above himself. And that's completely and totally out of proper structure and order. You feel me? So, you know, Steve, man, how that's working out for Steve. So Steve said he credits his whole success to where he at right now to Marjorie. And there's a lot of y'all chicks out there that's like, yeah, she did that. Yeah. Y'all really think that Steve Harvey would not be where he is right now if he never met Marjorie? Steve getting the bag deep down, I would think he really knows better. He see pandering as a lick. Yeah. Steve know this stuff, man. He ain't that much of a cornball, simp-ass lame to where I'm saying. This is what I say, y'all. I know a lot of these people be feigning ignorance. Steve Steve, like, even though Steve is a coon, cornball, simp-ass nigga, he knows that that's not manly. He knows this, right? But Steve is such a simp, lame, cornball ass nigga, right? That he's willing to sacrifice his integrity as a man in order to get the bag, right? He done had experience with broads. Steve got a couple divorces underneath his belt. Right? Steve divorced his other bitch to get with the new bitch. So he know good and damn hell well, like how he be saying, he know good and damn hell well being a suck ass nigga, some fuck shit. But if y'all think that Steve thinks or believes that he's where he's at because of Marjorie, if y'all think that Steve Harvey actually believes that himself behind the scenes, you's a goofy ass dude, right? Y'all got to remember, man, Marjorie came into the picture after Steve started seeing success, not as a result of the success, or not. She wasn't there when he was sleeping. Where was Marjorie at when he was homeless, sleeping in his car for 3 years? Huh? Right, his wife left him back when he went broke back in the day, but he still married her. Like, come on, man. I'm a kid nigga and I'm married. Like, come on, Steve, man.
Can't nobody do nothing to you, can you?
No.
Ain't nobody hurt you. Don't let nobody say nothing to you down at your job. Because he crazy. He gonna go down there.
Even with my kids.
That's all right. My girl do what she want to do. She travels, she go places without me. I want to go have a life she ain't never had. Yeah.
That nigga Steve said, without me. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. Now let me say, there's some situations with that right there, man. Right now, if you and your wife have a business together, and it's a very successful business, a business that requires both of y'all to travel, you know, what have you, right? I'm not even going to speak on that. But, you know, now I don't know about this, so I'm not going to speak on it to that extent, but I'm going to speak on it, though. I don't know if Marjorie's business, if she has a business that is her business. I don't know how successful that business is. I don't know what that business is. I don't know if that business requires for her to travel abroad or to state nationally on her own. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. So I ain't gonna speak on it too much though, right? But I'm gonna assume, right, that Marjorie's business ain't popping like that. I ain't never heard of it if she has one. So it can't be. I ain't gonna say I don't know, because I don't want to sit here and say it can't be that popping, and she actually does have a popping. I don't know. I don't really look into the life of Marjorie Harvey like that, so I don't know what the hell she got going on. Maybe if some of y'all ladies was to chime in and tap in, y'all could put me up on game. But I don't know. But let's just say that Marjorie has a very successful business that requires her to travel internationally, I dare say abroad, by herself without Steve. Let's just say that, right? Marjorie getting smashed, man. I'm just I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I'm not saying that she is, because I don't know. But if I was asked that, if I thought that, Marjorie getting smashed. I'm just saying, but yeah. She seems like she a go. Marjorie seems like the type of chick that a go. Especially if you a dude that's flyer than Steve, man. And let me just be real with you. This is how we know Steve is a cornball nigga. Did y'all see or check Steve Harvey's suit game prior, I'm going to say, when he got with Marjorie? If y'all used to watch Def Comedy Jam back in the day, when Steve Harvey was hosting for a little bit and come on there with his, like, you could tell, even back in the day, you could tell that Steve, just the way Steve wore his clothes, you could tell he was a cornball. Oh my God. And Steve is a prime example, right? Steve is a prime example of how women aren't going to be satisfied with you making them happy. You doing whatever to make them happy. Or you can do whatever to make them happy, but you ain't. You hear me? You're going to be the last choice. You ain't going to be the first choice. Because as you see, do y'all think that the homeboy who's Lori's father, what's the homeboy's name that just got out the Fed joint? You know what I'm saying? Marjorie was over there moving that work for the homeboy, allegedly. And listen here, I can't even say I don't have to say allegedly, because dude just got out the Fed joint, right? So if Margie was dealing with him, she definitely was privy to what that man was doing. You hear me? Anyway, so it ain't no allegedly. Marjorie was involved to some extent when that man was doing his one too. Do you think he was making Marjorie happy? Or do you think he was the man and she felt a fucking line, right? And she played her damn position and she did what the hell she was told to do. Up until the degree we don't know. We don't know nothing else. We don't know about nothing else. I'm just talking about from the perspective of a nigga who knows about that type of life, right? And me being a guy who used to be, now I wasn't nowhere near the level this guy was, but I know guys like that. And even from my level I was at, the women I involved with fell in line with what the fuck I had going on. And I was running shit, just like I do now, right? You hear me? And do y'all think that y'all think that old boy who just got out of the Fed joint for all them bricks, do y'all think that he was making Marjorie happy? You think that he was putting his energy into making Marjorie happy? He don't seem like he was a sucker ass, simp ass, dope boy ass nigga. All right. He seemed like he had a few bitches, so he probably was a trick ass nigga. But he was a trick ass nigga that had chicks doing what he wanted them to do. You know, I know a lot of guys like that. This dude, Steve, man. Steve, you is a cornball.
He gonna go down. You know what my kids.
That's all right here. My girl do what she want to do. And she travels, she go places without me. I want her to go have a life she ain't never had. Yeah, because she gave me a life I ain't never had. So it's fair. He's sitting there happy as hell. Look at him. He just as happy as hell. Well, you know why that? Because his house is peace. He just want to come home and is in peace here. Let all the young dudes in here take a lesson from this old player right here. It's an old player right here. That's it. See that?
He feeling himself. Right? Uh-huh. Oh, man. It's Steve Harvey, man. Oh, my God, man. Listen to this dude, Steve, man.
Marriage is not 50-50. It has never been 50-50. It will never be 50-50. I'm going to hold up a card, and I'm going to show you what marriage is. Marriage is 85-15. 85 to the woman and 15 to the man. And let me explain something to you. The reason a woman is in charge of the house is because they know more about it. They know the kids' schedule. They know your schedule. They know the bills. They know where everybody goes. They take care of vacations. They run everything in the house because they care about everything. You a dude. You just know about your job. You don't know nothing else. You don't know nothing else. And guess what? I'm happy. Right. I come home and I'm happy. Marriage.
Huh? This nigga Steve is a sucker, man. And but he's capitalizing off of this in a major way, right? So come on now, man. I mean, that's crazy. You feel me? That's absolutely insane. That's insane. You hear me? That's insane.
Believe in the term happy wife, happy life. These are words to live by. There's never been a truer sentence in the English language than happy wife, happy life. If your wife is happy, you'll be happy, the kids will be happy, everyone will be happy. It does surprise me, however, that there's no saying that goes the other way. If my wife had a saying, it'd be happy husband, we'll see about that. Or happy husband, what's he been up to? I believe in the term.
Y'all dudes taking this stuff crazy like a dog is, man. It's crazy, man. Right? Happy wife, happy life, man. All right. And I'm playing these dudes because these are the dudes that contributed to this fuckery, right? These are the dudes who done sit up here and lie to y'all, and it's been proven to be that these niggas is fuck niggas, these niggas is suckers, these niggas be cheating on their girl. I'm just saying, man, these are the type of niggas that we be sitting up here, real ones like me, we be telling y'all like, nah, these niggas is lying to y'all, man. Right? The indoctrination is very real. He said he got that Pharrell Happy song on repeat 24/7. Like, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Diggity said the indoctrination is very real, right? This is one of the reasons why a lot of y'all chicks think that it is a man's job to make you happy, because of fuck niggas like these niggas right here. right? Listen to my mans.
In a comment on one of our things that a woman said, happy wife, happy life. That's not true. That's not true. No. That'll get you divorced. For real. It may take a while because men, we understand when divorces happen, all that fall on us. That's just how it works. Right? So we don't want to be looked at like we failures and all that. But if that man is unhappy and he's doing everything you want him to do, and you bickering on some petty stuff for years, bro, you are gonna end up single. And he's gonna go with a woman that you deem is under you. And she gonna treat that man like you were supposed to be treating her with him. Yep. I see that all the time, bro. All the time. Happy wife, happy life. That is not true. If both y'all happy, then y'all got a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no one side to
facts.
A comment.
I totally agree with that. But see, this nigga right here is the reason that a lot of y'all bras fucked up in the head, man.
Team Jackson, what's happening? So recently, Denzel Washington stated that the key to his 35-year marriage was that he does what he's told and he keeps his mouth shut. Now, for some reason, that started a whole debate about, is that whole happy wife, happy life thing valid, which I don't even know why that's a debate. But let me ask you a question. No matter what side of the fence you stand on, have you ever seen a woman that was truly happy, in love with life, like head over heels about just being herself, like living her life like it was golden, not make sure that her man's every need was met? I ain't talking about fake happiness, but one of those truly happy women. Have you ever seen it? I haven't. Now, vice versa, I've seen that plenty of times. I've seen plenty of dudes out here living their best life, and they got a whole neglected, miserable woman at home. But of course, that don't last very long before she's waiting to exhale on his ass. But I've never seen a woman that was truly happy to make sure her man's needs were met. But I must say this, it's not a man's job to make his woman happy. I know we say that a lot as like a figure of speech, but technically speaking, I believe it's a woman's job to make sure that she comes into a relationship happy, healed, whole, over her exes. Otherwise, a good man ain't gonna do her no good. She'll be one of those women that, a man could bring the sun, moon, and the stars, and she get pissed off that he left out the rest of the galaxy. One of those types. She'll be one of those women that disrespect her man, humiliate her man, take her man for granted. Nothing's ever good enough. Ladies, y'all know that type of girl that you look at and you say, why is it always those types that get the good ones? You ain't trying to be no hater. You don't plan on sabotaging nothing. But in the back of your mind, that's what you're thinking. That type. And I guarantee you, Denzel Washington 35 years ago, in his prime, he wouldn't have gotten married or still be married today to a woman that was impossible to please. But what Denzel Washington understands is two very simple things that men, we tend to overcomplicate. When you got a woman that came into the relationship happy, your only two jobs is to, one, not mess up that happiness, and two, increase that happiness from time to time without having to be told to. Now, not messing up the happiness, that's the simple, basic stuff. That's just not lying, not cheating, not having your phone face down all the time, not flirting with other girls all the time, making it clear that you are taken and in a relationship, spoken for, not turning everything around on her, every disagreement y'all have, that kind of stuff. Increasing the happiness, that's going the extra mile. That's those spa vouchers that get left in a coat pocket or on the dashboard of a car for a day off or something like that. That's the edible arrangements that you call up and get sent to a job. That's that necklace or that new pair of shoes that you pick up on the way home. That's that, those rose petals that you leave on the floor while she in the shower so that whenever she get out, leave up to the bed where you're going to give her a full body massage. That kind of thing. From time to time, without having to be told to. And you ain't got to do it every single day. You know what I'm saying? I get that you can't do that every day, but from time to time, consistently. And I saw a dude talking about, well, what about our needs? We got needs too. Everything ain't all about the woman. And that's true. As men, we do have our needs. But work smart, not hard, fellas. If you do your two jobs, it's going to result in more trust from your woman. It's going to result in more understanding from your woman. Better head, better food. She's going to be up in the kitchen, cooking up all kind of recipes from Pinterest and shit like that. Like, it's going to result in the Denzel has already cracked the code. All we got to do is follow it. Happy wife, happy life. Period.
Hey, man, women, y'all stupid, man. Y'all actually believe that shit, man. Now, some of the stuff he's saying was kind of valid, though, right? And I'm not a hater, man. Right? I'm not a hater, man. Some of that stuff he's saying was valid, man. But see where the fuckery comes in when this is not how this nigga was getting down. This is why I say I'm not a relationship guru. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a relationship expert. None of that shit. Right? But I am an expert on women. How y'all think, how y'all act, how y'all move, specifically, especially black women. I know y'all very well. If we had to say, or put it in the terms of having a degree from college, I would have an emeritus status, right? Emeritus status. You feel me? And I'm flawed in my own way. Don't get it twisted and messed up. Everything ain't going the way that I want it to go in my life right now, but I'm in the process of making that happen, and things are moving that way. Because see, what happened is when you is on that trajectory, and like I said, personal experience, and you lose focus of that, and you start focusing on the batch. You start focusing on the batch. Then you lose sight of your purpose. That's why I always say, and I agree with the whiteboard earlier, us as men, our main focus is to focus on our assignment, our purpose, our goal. That should always be number one. And that's the Most High. After the Most High comes everything else, right? And the fact that y'all chicks actually, this is part of it, like I said, that's part of the indoctrination, listening to niggas like him, lying to y'all by telling y'all half truths. Of course, definitely got to be healed. And Derek Jackson kept it 100. It's not your job to make a woman happy. You got to already come happy. See how he mixed the factuals in there, but it didn't throw the bullshit on top? Happy wife, happy life, man. Right? Now, we got to be happy together, like the other homie said. Because listen here, I'm happy because, I don't know about some of the dudes y'all be coming across, man, but a man, well, this is the stuff that makes us happy, man, right? What makes us happy knowing is that we either put in the work to make ourselves successful, or we in the process of making ourselves successful and we seeing the results. And whatever trajectory that's happening, that's what makes it. What makes us happy as men is knowing that we are pursuing our dreams and we seeing some success and positive results in our life from it, right? That's what makes us happy. What makes us happy is knowing that we can do the things that men do under the proper structure and order. We done put the Most High in our lives first, and we pursuing our purpose as a man under the leadership and the guidance of the Most High, right? And of course, we're not going to be perfect in doing that, but the fact that we making an effort in that, that's good. That's another thing that makes us happy. And then outside of that, you know what I'm saying, knowing that we done put the work in and we can provide, knowing that we can provide if we choose to, knowing that we could protect and take care of a family if we choose to. That's what makes us happy, right? You know what I mean? I know that's what makes me happy, right? But this dude, Derek Jackson, the fact that so many of y'all was actually listening to that dude and taking him serious, that's crazy, right? And Real Ones was telling y'all, like, man, this dude is lying to y'all, man. Like, why is y'all, that's not, no, man, that ain't how it go. And now here we is years later. I just think that's crazy. Look, and my brother Red say this all the time too, and I firmly agree with this, man. You know what I mean? And I've been telling people this for a long time, man, especially the chicks who I talk to and chicks who I know personally. Y'all won't listen. Even when it's in y'all's best interest to listen to it, man. I'm not talking about any specific, man. I'm talking about just a man, period. A man could be telling you something that's probably for your best benefit. And even when it is so, what I've come to notice that y'all still don't listen. Some of y'all, most of y'all still don't listen. A man doesn't have to be your man or your dad for you to listen to him. Or maybe you should listen to some. I'm just saying. You know, and that's where that whole, and shout out to Kev, that's the Kev used to say this too. That's where that whole y'all should be submissive to all men. And when I say that statement, you know, a lot of chicks get the and they don't even understand. They don't understand what it means to be submissive to all men. They automatically think sexually, intimately, romantically. Nah, it goes way farther than that, ladies. Way farther than that. So y'all need to stop listening to Derek Jackson ass niggas, man. I'm glad everything, because it's going to only happen like that, because it's that, you know, it's only so long you can sit up here and be perping, man. That's why I don't perp about anything. I don't lie about anything. I don't put on no facade or put on no persona. Like, I'm just living this highfalutin, esteemed lifestyle, and I'm just this super. I'm just this super successful, fluent, financially. I don't do all that. I'm a regular cat like the most of y'all. I go to work. I gotta be at work in the next hour. I'm about to end this live and take my ass to work. You hear me? Don't ever get this shit twisted. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a relationship expert. You know, none of that shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, but like I say, but I do know women though. Know how y'all think, know how y'all operate, how y'all move, all of that shit. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? My man, Uncle Diggity said, I'm at work right now. You hear me, man? I'm about to be getting up. I'm about to end this live and head my ass to work. You hear me? So don't ever get it twisted, man. I'm not speaking from a place like I'm just speaking from the place of a ganged up ass dude. You hear me? When it come to women and how y'all move and act, I don't know about as far as relationships and all that. You know, I'm not gonna. You know, I would. You know, you go see Derek Jackson for that type shit, or Steve Harvey. You feel me? But if you know what I mean, when it come to ladies' night, you know what I'm saying, I have ladies' night for y'all to get y'all's perspective, because us men actually do care about the opinions of women. I don't give a damn about what a broad think, what a bitch think, what a chick think, what a girl think, what a female. I don't give a fuck what they think. It don't matter. I do care about what women think, though. And that's the difference. Because just like all males aren't men, all females aren't women. Right? So tap in and walk with me, y'all. It's been real. I appreciate y'all coming out, tapping in with me. You did. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Y'all already know what it is. Tomorrow night, we getting straight to it. E&E Fridays. Y'all know what it is, how we do it every Friday. Depending on what the weather be like, I'm going to go over there to, no, for real, you know what I'm saying? L just left from over here not too long ago, and he said so we probably going to be in E&E Studios again tomorrow, over there at L's, E&E Studios. You understand what I'm saying, man? So tomorrow night, y'all know how we do it. Friday night wrap up. We're going to get to it. A lot of interesting things happen this week, and we're going to talk about it while we listen to classic E&E tracks, current E&E tracks, and maybe even some exclusive E&E tracks. You dig? So I know, you know what I'm saying, y'all know how we do it on Friday night, so tap in and walk with us. We will be getting straight to it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, for the E&E Friday night wrap up. I'm going to make the post for it, you know, while I'm at work. You feel me? My job allows me the ability to do that. You feel me? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the post later on this evening. You know, maybe early in the day. You know, y'all gonna see it. We're gonna get straight to it, man. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Uncle Diggity, Lance Parker, John Coleman, OG, Vernon 85. You know, everybody in the clouds, Glister Guarantee. You know what I'm talking about, came through. My man Glitch came through real quick. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody, XL Pro, as usual. Y'all know how we do it, man. Tap in, walk with us, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering. You know what I'm talking about? And ladies, man, let me just say this real quick. You gonna settle. All right? And when I say settle, I mean, I don't mean settle as in, I can't get what I want, so I have to settle for this. When I say settle, I mean settle down. Hop up off of that mushroom tip, off of that bellhead roller coaster, right? And you're going to have to get with a guy and get underneath his armpit, his leadership, his guidance, his authority. Get on his program. That's how you're going to be successful. Now, that's not no relationship shit. That's some life shit. I'm telling you right now, if you get with a man who's a good provider, teacher, and all of that stuff, and can you see him going somewhere in his life, it will be best for you to get on board with what he got going on and just follow that. That will be what's best for you. At the same time, that is not going to prevent you or curtail you or stop you from pursuing that which you want to do. But in pursuance of that what you want to do, it has to coincide with what that man got going on. I guarantee you what I know to be a truth, in fact, that if you get on a man's program and get underneath his leadership while also pursuing what it is you want to do in pursuance of he makes sure he good at what he doing, you're gonna be great. These women are perfectly happy and fine, and as y'all say, resting in their femininity, right? You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, ladies, man, y'all tap in, man. Next week on the show, we're gonna have a guest. I haven't decided which woman it's going to be, but we're gonna have a guest on the show for next Thursday, y'all. You know, I want to surprise y'all with something. I ain't gonna even let y'all know what it's about, but we're gonna hit it. We're gonna get to it. Tap in, walk with us, man. Hey, ladies, I'm playing this song right here. Hey, man, you're gonna settle, baby. You're going to have to settle. And settling is not a bad thing. Settling is a good thing, right? It just all depends on how you're looking at it and what context you put in that word settle in. But just make sure you don't settle for less. Enjoy the evening, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I know Uncle Diggity fire, right? Yeah. You know what comes a time in every man's life when you're ready to settle down and make things right. But only for that special one. I'm trying to make her you. But y'all want to keep playing games with these lanes. So make your next move your best move, because we the best dudes. Oh yeah, don't settle for less, babe. I can love you better than you can imagine. Words, man. Girl, I don't know why you keep these lanes around. You wildin' out. Don't you settle for less. You know I really wanna invite you to my world and show you my unique. Invite you into my world. Let's steam it up like a sauna. Take you on the natural high, no marijuana. Just a bottle of wine, some ice chill, Prosecco. You holding on to that lame dude, you should let go. You was gonna be mine from the very get-go. I'm trying to make you white because you special. You got the best go. Designer fresh clothes, make your own dough. On your home though, vehicles fully paid for. That frame's plain though, selfie queen, you know your angles. Red bottom heels, 5 diamond encrusted mangoes. We got the same goals, copping land and counting bankrolls. Creating generational wealth, so I see flows. I know your needs though, and you know mine's the same. It's an honor and a privilege to give you my last name. You know that's mandatory. I'm trying to open your mind. Peep the allegory. They say that love don't last. Well, let's change the story. I send my heart out to you. Please come for me. Let's take control of our love. No conforming late night love sessions last until the early morning. Cooking breakfast, but naked ends, making the toast. Fried potatoes and onions, girl, I love you the most. When my body be aching, you rub the pain out. Roll up the guts for me while I pour some pain out. I pour my heart and my soul, plus my pain out. You got a real one right here, so you can blame
See y'all tomorrow, man. We get to it.